Hey guys, what's going on? I've been gone for about 3 weeks now from because I had some training at work and stuff like that, but now I'm back, and lucky enough we have some projects to be working on. We actually have a lot of projects, but the main project I've been wanting to accomplish was creating our custom splitter, and as you can see, the material has finally arrived. It's actually a ton of extra material, so I will extend out this part and box it out so that way the splitter goes to at least the mid-axle of the car. And then, yeah, that should be more than enough material. Hopefully I don't mess it up, so I will be using my little electric saw right here. Ryobi, I don't care what you say, this shit ain't bad. This thing works like a charm. So I'll be using that to cut this composite material. And it's actually pretty good thickness. It's very, very rigid. But yeah, I will be cutting this out. I'll probably say about Saturday. So I will probably cut this video into sections and pick back up on the day we actually start this project. But I just got kind of antsy since being back home and really wanted to make a video. So yeah. Hey, what is up, guys? Don't mind the goggles. We'll get into what I'm actually doing today. Wow, sorry. Just looking at a project the girlfriend's working on. She's like painting some frames, but I think the clear coat she used just ended up stripping the frame, so she's gonna have to probably redo that. But anyways, good news is today we will be working on the full real splitter for the car. And what I mean by that is that my previous splitter was only, you know, like more aesthetics looking. Even though the WRXs in most cars these days have an under panel underneath, which still helps with the airflow, so if you mate something up to smoothen it out, it'll still function. But for my applications, since I do track the car, I wanted an actual real splitter. So I've already gone ahead. The splitter, like I mentioned in my previous video, is made out of aluminum composite material. I went with, I think, 6 mil thick or 4 mil, something like that, and it is the lighter version of this kind of composite material, because you have two different types like I showed in my other videos. You have the corrugated plastic core with, you know, the 2 sheets of aluminum sandwiching that corrugated plastic, or you have the solid plastic inside with, you know, aluminum on either side sandwiching it. So I went with the lighter version, the corrugated one. I've seen a lot of people use this and you know, have had no issues. You don't need anything crazy fancy. You could even use wood and stuff like that for splitters. I've seen that out on the track. Wood, aluminum, whatever you want to use. But this, you kind of get the best of both worlds. You get light and you get some at least some type of strength with this material, and it's pretty easy to work with. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys where I've kind of gone ahead and worked on this, and then we'll probably speed through this because I'm already kind of almost done cutting it out. I was debating on actually changing up the design and extending the sides further out, but then I ended up just saying fuck it, I'm gonna stick with the original because it was just, to get it to be even on both sides was just a pain in the ass. I really didn't feel like doing, you know, math and like measuring out shit and making sure, you know, each side is equal, etc., etc. So I just went with the original template, and you can see the new lines where I was going to extend it out, but it's just kind of a pain to get those to meet up because this line isn't really that straight. So when I was kind of doing it, both sides weren't looking as even. But this is the material. I've already gone ahead and started cutting. You can see I'm using my little jigsaw or whatever. I don't know what it's called. What is it? I think it's a jigsaw. I don't know these kind of tools and stuff like that well, but this is just a Ryobi. Yes, I know this is a cheap one, but this thing, I'm telling you, if you have a good blade on it, like I haven't had no issues with this thing. I've used it, you know, multiple times on cutting wood and stuff, but this thing's cutting right through this aluminum, like easy. And I would say to put it on a semi-high, start off slow to get your initial cut, I guess, and then kind of put it on a higher setting so it can glide through and it doesn't get like start shaking the whole thing like crazy. But as you can see, I just have a little bit further to go. Cut that out and make that line down to this part, and I'm extending it out to go under the car when I cut this out. This does have the plastic protective sheet, so this thing isn't really that scratched up like it appears to be. It's just the plastic coating on it that I'll peel off. And yeah, wear some goggles. Like I said, you ain't be able to drive your car if you got fucked up eyes, so wear some goggles. This time I actually found some clear. Hey guys, sorry, I've had to chop up this video into different clips because I keep getting either interrupted during the video or distracted or losing my train of thought. But anyways, I do apologize for the choppiness of the clips, but we've gone ahead, as you saw in the previous little fast forwarded clip, and cut out the splitter. And I have to say, it feels good. It feels good, first of all, to create your own car part or something like that. Especially something like this, a front splitter, especially if you're using it for racing applications. Could be, if you go through a shop or buy from a company, it could be upwards of like almost like, you know, $800 to $1,000 plus for a full composite splitter made out of either carbon fiber or birch or something like that. And sometimes the shops are limited to how big of a splitter they can make for your car, which is some of the issues I ran into when I was shopping around for one. But then I kept coming back to the DIY idea because I did see a lot of videos, especially A-Roman Racing and stuff like that, and other guys out there who have made their own splitters, and it costed a fraction of what carbon fiber one would cost. And plus, guys, if you are out there racing and stuff, it's inevitable. You're gonna go off the track one day, you're gonna hit something, piece of tire, anything. Even if you daily drive it with your aero on your car, you're gonna hit something. And trust me, if you have a carbon fiber front splitter and it's like $1,000 plus or something like that, you are gonna be pissed if you break that thing, and it's gonna be hard to repair. So at least something like this costs me about, if you buy it locally from your local shops, it should only cost you about $150, guys. The only reason mine costed so much, mine cost about $225 or $250, was because I did have to have this. I did order this from a company in California called Overnight Graphics. And it definitely did not get here overnight. But if you are in the California area, California or West Coast area, they should get to you within a few days, a day or a few days or something like that, because they do drive it out there to you. As for me, the Colorado route took a while for it to get here because they have to freight ship this and have at least a delivery going out there, and so mine was along the way, and that's why it took about 3 weeks or more to get here. But I should have just gone to my local shop because there was one up in Denver that did have the same material and the same size and everything that I needed, but I just thought this would get here quicker if I ordered it online. Or, I mean, not quicker, but I just didn't feel like driving downtown. If that makes any kind of weird sense, it doesn't. But next step in this whole thing is checking right here. I did go ahead and add this square extension to go under the body more. I did have this in the original template that I created, but then I chopped it off because I was going to send off the template to someone to make it out of carbon fiber, but then they couldn't do it, so I had to kind of guess around what, I had to kind of guess where this should go and whatever. But I might have to radius this more and cut this down further to make clearance for the tire when you're turning and stuff like that. So you got to keep that kind of stuff in mind and make sure this stuff isn't going to cut into your tire. But so far, we're pretty much done with this, cutting the splitter itself. The next couple tasks we will have to do is, first of all, mocking it up, make sure this is like clear, that this will clear the tires. Finding a mounting point, make sure that this isn't extending too far under. Make sure it's right around the mid axle, because that is the rules for grid life, at least the class that I'm running in. And find a way, yeah, like I said, to get these quick releases that I bought that were for an Integra, get those to work on my car. And also the splitter rods I got from Professional Awesome, getting those to mount onto this, and finding a way to where to mount those on the car or through the car, So yeah, there's a lot of stuff we got to do, and at least this part is out. We can kind of see where we're getting at with this build. At least now that this material is actually here, we can actually kind of start on it. We do, keep in mind, we do have some trim that's going to be going around here that I ordered off Amazon. It's the same trim that Abram and Racing was talking about on YouTube. So I will put a link to that on my description where you guys can buy that. And it should be here possibly, I think, today or tomorrow, because Amazon isn't that far away from where I'm at. So they usually tend to deliver pretty fucking quick here. So the trim should get here, and we'll put this trim on here because it'll save our hands from getting cut up, because this aluminum can be kind of sharp too, and the plastic. But that's pretty much it. We're gonna go, wait, actually, let me go ahead and like show you what this is gonna look like. We're gonna kind of mock this up a little bit. So let me make some room here on the floor, and we will set this down and see what it's actually gonna kind of look like on the car. Boom. So that's what it's gonna look like. Like I said, I should have extended the side a little bit more. I am a little pissed I didn't do that, because I mean, I could have had at least 5 inches out of that side, because it's 5 inches pretty much all around here. About, I would say, yeah, it's about 5 inches, because that is the regulation of how far it can extend from your bumper. But that should be pretty good, I think, regardless. I mean, I wish the sides would come out a little bit more, but whatever, it'll do. It's in line with the canard, so that's fine. I could use something, make something to stabilize that, or put a winglet or something. But that is our new splitter. And then when we actually get our rods, which I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do these. This is gonna be the pain. This is gonna be a pain in the ass to get these carbon rods figured out where to mount them. Actually, might have to actually run these through like the bumper, like a bumper hole or something like that. Sorry, let me get this figured out, guys, real quick. Something like that. And we got quick releases on there too, so we're good. But it may have to go something like that. I might have to drill like another hole. I'm thinking like a hole around here, a little hole for these to go through, but it should be good, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. This video isn't going to be completed today, or at least in this video. The splitter, it will not be completed. So this will be broken down into like a little part kind of series or mini series or something like that. So anyways, I've gone ahead and kind of mocked up the splitter on the car. It looks pretty fucking awesome without the bumper on. Some people, when I showed on the Subaru page that I'm a part of, the local page, I showed them this. They were like, wow, dude, like that thing's huge. But then you gotta think about it, when you actually put the bumper on, this thing really isn't that big. It only sticks out about 5 inches from the front lip or bumper, and then like barely like 3 or 4 on the sides. So in the future, I may make a slightly bigger one on the side, so that way it actually goes out more. But for now, this is decent enough for what we have. So yeah, just mocked up. I have some like things holding it up. We are working on trying to get the quick releases to work on this, and I am going to be drilling holes, hopefully, into this bar to mount my splitter rods onto, or something like that. We will see. Headlight is still removed. I just finished resealing it. Because of the cold weather out here lately and stuff like that, I guess I didn't seal it all the way last time when I got the condensation in it. And then when I came home one day, I saw condensation yet again inside the headlight. So yeah, I went ahead and resealed it again, and here it is. Hopefully this thing, I siliconed all the way around it like crazy and stuff like that, and I put it in the bathroom with the hot water running, so that way it could steam up and see if any steam or moisture gets in there, but nothing so far. And then I put it in the garage to see if any of the moisture in here will kind of make it condensate inside of it or not, and see if it got sealed all the way. If it doesn't, I am just going to get annoyed, and I'm probably just going to order a new headlight or new headlights and say screw it. But that is for another time. But that is just kind of like the quick breakdown of what's going on, so you guys know. With this splitter, it's not going to be done, like I said, in one video. It's going to be broken down into multiple videos, because I do still have to get the quick releases cut, and I do have to wait on some hardware to arrive, like bolts and stuff like that I can't find at Home Depot or Lowe's. But anyways, that's it for this video, guys. I'll talk to you guys later.